Howdy folks, you on the C Gonna Speed 252 show. Scroll over to the right, click that subscribe button, and join this awesome community.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of C Gonna Speed 252. This is something different today. I'll pull out the camera phone. It might be shaky a little bit, so please forgive me for that. I had a lot of followers say, hey man, can you kind of give us some like day-to-day life things you do? Like, we love your Corvette content. We love the C8 content, even though I don't have a C8 anymore. We love the C7 content. We want some more personal things about your day-to-day, and you can add some Corvette stuff in there if you like, and just say like, today, you know, obviously I'm in my normal everyday vehicle, which is a 2010 Ford Fusion. You know, I drive this on a regular basis, especially with gas prices going up these days. I mean, this car is really great on gas. I mean, it gets like 600 miles of the tank, so it's perfect for everyday driving, and when I drive it to Atlanta, you know, for acting stuff. Just so you guys know, I landed another role in a small movie, so I'll be shooting that June 4th and 5th down in Atlanta. So I'm looking forward to going on that. I told you guys I'd keep you up to date on anything I land. So I land another small role, so I'm super excited about that. I am a detective, and it's a murder scene, or a murder movie pretty much. And I will hopefully get some clips or whatever put inside some of these videos. I haven't decided what video I was going to add those clips into just yet, but I will add them at some point. But, you know, once again, you guys, I thank you so much for just being part of this community, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up button. And for everyone who gave me thanks, hitting that thanks button and donating to the channel, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. As you guys can see, I'm in my work uniform right now too. So I got on my hoodie, my work uniform, and right now I'm driving back to the house. But, you know, my day-to-day life, you know, I own a small business. I clean houses for a living. I clean toilets. So I said in previous videos a long time ago, and I reiterate it right now, is that, you know, I'm a normal guy. Like, I work a normal 9-to-5 job. I know a lot of these YouTubers, they will say, you know, they came from a rich family or they're wealthy and all this good stuff. That's not me. I want people to understand that I know Corvettes are really expensive cars. Camaros are expensive cars. Heck, any car these days is expensive. Whether you buy a Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, minivan, whatever the case may be, all these cars are expensive. But what I want you guys to know is I work a normal 9-to-5, and I'm also able to afford a Corvette because I put my money in the right places. Like, I don't buy Jordans, I don't buy fancy clothes, I buy, you know, some nice clothes here and there, like maybe once a year to kind of keep me going. But other than that, I don't buy a bunch of expensive clothes. I don't smoke, I don't drink. There's nothing wrong with those things. I just choose not to do those things. But for me, I'd rather spend those funds on an amazing car. And on top of that, like, I love producing YouTube videos, so that's another reason why I like owning Corvettes, because I can produce amazing, great content with those cars, and I really greatly appreciate it. I know a lot of people have this stigma like YouTubers make a lot of money. Yes, they do. A lot of YouTubers make a lot of good money. I'm not one of those YouTubers. I've only been on YouTube since 2017, so I'm not in a position to make all the money like a bunch of other YouTubers do. And those guys been on YouTube for a long time, so they've been embedded into the system to make a lot of good money from YouTube. I don't. I make YouTube videos because I enjoy talking to you guys, connecting with you guys, and my community. So with that being said, I'm not one of those YouTubers who make a crap ton of money. I manage my money well because I don't have much money to be wasting or throwing to the wayside. I do donate some, I do give back some, I do, you know, pay for people's meals behind me. Sometimes I pay it forward, I give back, but I also don't waste a lot of money. You know, like I say, I clean toilets for a living. I have clients where I go to their houses, I show up with rags, I show up with cleaning supplies, I clean their toilets, I clean their kitchens, I fold their clothes, I do their dishes, I do all that stuff. And a lot of people's like, you know, that looks down upon them. People do look down upon me sometimes. You know, I've been seeing people where they look at me and they're like, what, you a cleaner? Like, I mean, heck, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's been times where, you know, I'm a guy, right? Like, I go on dates, and I told a girl I was a cleaner at one point, and I own a small cleaning business. She wouldn't go on a second date with me. There was another time I matched with another girl on a dating app, and she asked me what I do for a living. I said I own a small cleaning business, and she wouldn't go on a date with me, right? You know, I can look at it so many ways, like, oh man, they're judging me. But at the end of the day, the right person will be okay with me owning a small cleaning business. Although I do get to make my own kind of schedule, but it's my own thing that I created with 40 bucks. I literally started my cleaning company with only $40. Legit. You know, my back was against the wall. I had no money. I was so in and out of like homelessness. Well, pretty much homeless for like 2 years. I was eating like food from the freaking hotels. Like, you know, hotels do continental free breakfast in the morning time. Yeah, I would go there every morning, eat their breakfast before school. Had no place to live. And it was at one point, one of the guys that worked there was like, hey, you don't stay here, do you? I was like, no, I'm homeless and I'm going to school or whatever. He was like, what the heck with it, man? It's not my food. Enjoy yourself. And so from that point on, he allowed me to eat as much free food as I could from obviously that time from morning, because they don't serve free breakfast after like 10 o'clock. And I did that for a couple of years. And it was just one of those things where I had to make my way. And like I told my mom, I never told my mom that I was homeless when I moved to this area. Like, she eventually found out. And when I told my uncles, and my mom was so furious. She was like, why would you just come back home? Why would you continue to be homeless in the streets like that? Like, you had always a place to come back home to. And I said, that's the problem, Mom. I'm not that type of kid who needs to come back home. In my mind, I thought that it was better for me to be homeless and live in an area with opportunities than to go back home and have a roof over my head and have no opportunities. Which is why, like, I couldn't imagine even thinking about starting a cleaning business back home where I'm from. The average income back home is like $23,000 a year. And for me, there was no opportunities. My hometown is literally the second most poorest town or city, what do you want to call it, in the United States of America. There was no opportunities there. It was one plant that everybody worked at. And now it's like the Reese's or, Lowe's. I didn't want to work at those places. I wanted to do something different. So I left. I went to school. I went to college. And, a lot of people was like, well, you went to college and you still start a cleaning business? Well, yeah, I started my cleaning business before I even got into college because I needed to pay tuition because I stopped playing basketball. So there was no scholarship for that. And so I needed to pay for school somehow. And that's when I decided to start a cleaning business. I took $40 out of my account, which is pretty much all I had at the time. It was like $100. And I started a cleaning business. And it grew into a small relative business, which I currently am still doing to this day. So, that's a little piece of how I kind of got started. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more details as time goes on and more videos and things like that. And, I, once again, enjoy making YouTube videos. And, right now, to switch over to Corvette stuff, we're all waiting on the 2023 Corvette Z06. There's pieces and bits of information that comes out all the time regarding that car. Like one thing I think I saw recently was like this new thing called manual launch control, right? So like, is manual launch control different from normal launch control? And in a sense, I heard there is a little bit of a difference. Whereas one of them is just simple launch control. And the other one is if you want to truly do burnouts in your Z06. Now, you can do burnouts in the Stingray, but they're not going to be as good as the ones you do in the C8Z. So with these launch controls, which is new information that we're finding out in the manual launch control, obviously they say it's something that you want to do off road. Like, you don't want to be doing obviously burnouts on this type of road. You can, but it might not be a good idea. So it's just, those are one of the things that we're hearing about the Z06. And I feel like Chevrolet is continuing to feed us information about the 2023 Corvette Z for a while now, because they don't have this car coming out anytime soon. Now, every day that passes by, hopefully we're getting close to seeing this car come out pretty soon to the regular public. I mean, there's spottings of the Z06 on the road. Like, we've seen pictures of the hypersonic gray, which is super nice. The hypersonic gray, I'm not gonna lie, is a top color for me. I really appreciate the hypersonic gray a lot. And so, like, some of you asked me, like, do I know what color I'm getting for the Z06? And honestly, I have no clue. So I have no clue when this car is gonna come out. I have no clue when people are gonna get this car. I don't know anything about this car whatsoever. What allocation number I am, I don't know any of that stuff. This is about to be a railroad track. It's about to get a little bumpy here. So, but I don't know anything about this car, but I'm looking forward to it just like everybody else is. And honestly, I don't even know the price. I don't even know if I'm even going to get the car, because once again, I still own a small cleaning business, but I try to save and put money to the side for certain things like this, because I know how badly I do want this car. And I already sold my C8 Corvette Stingray as one of the reasons for the Z06. I sold a lot of reasons because of acting and other purposes like that. And I also have a new car that's coming to the channel that I will talk about at some point pretty soon. Somebody guessed and said it was a Tesla, but I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is just yet, but I will make a video about what that new car that is coming to the channel is going to be. But no, kind of wanted to make this video, right? I kind of want to make this video to kind of give you guys some inside information about my personal life. Because some people ask, like, how did I get started in YouTube? What's my life journey? What's some of my story? And man, my story can go on forever. I mean, I can tell you from day one to now what my story was like. And gosh, man, there's not enough time in the world to tell you all about my life journey. But what I'm hoping is deep down that whatever little piece of information that I share within my videos that is genuinely from the heart, that it touches just one person, and that one person's like, you know what? I can dig what he's saying. I can appreciate what he's saying, and I'm going to try to do the same thing. Because there may be some kid out there right now who's like, how can I make money? Can I start a cleaning business? Can I start a landscaping business? Can I create this product? Can I do something to help me save money or help me actually be able to get further in life? Because there will be some barriers no matter who you are, no matter what you do. There will be some barriers. There could be some other company that has the same product. There could be some other, thing that you're good at, but you could be doing this thing. There's just so many other barriers that can go along with trying to start a business that, trying to put you in a better position, but you won't know until you start it, right? Denzel says, most people don't plan to fail, they fail to plan, right? So when I created my business, people always ask me, did you ever create a business plan? I did not create a business plan, but I thought about my business a lot, right? So mentally I had a business plan, but I never wrote anything down. But when I started my business, I just went for it. I took the $40 out of my business account, out of my checkers account, whatever, I guess you can call it a business account now. But I took the $40 out, went to the Dollar Tree, bought a bucket for $1, and just slid a bunch of cleaning supplies in that bucket. At that time, Craigslist was very popular. Craigslist was a thing. I don't know about how Craigslist works now, but at that time, Craigslist was a huge thing. And I decided to create a business and came up with the name within 24 hours. And I started advertising on Craigslist and started posting, clean houses, whatever. And eventually somebody contacted me and said, hey, I have to move out cleaning. Can you come clean my house? And I was like, yeah, sure. I got there and I asked, like, how did you hear about my company? And she said, oh, I heard about you through one of my friends. One of my friends used you. And I was like, mentally, I was like, that can't be true because you're the first person that ever called me. I can remember to this day, I charged her $90 to clean a 3.5 bedroom townhouse. And it wasn't like super dirty, but it wasn't clean either. And she was raving about it. She said, you did a phenomenal job. My real mom taught me how to clean houses. Like my real mom used to work at a hotel, which she still does actually. I don't know what I said used to, but she used to actually clean the rooms. Now she does laundry. But back in the day, she used to clean the rooms. And when we was kicked out of our house because she couldn't afford to stay there, we would stay at a hotel with her because, there would be hotel rooms that was out of service. And my mom would carry us from hotel to hotel room during the summertime because she didn't have a babysitter. And I would clean the toilet, my brother would clean the sink, my mom would fold the beds, my brother would vacuum, and we'd go on to the next room. That's how I developed my cleaning skills. Now, granted, as a kid, I hated cleaning. I mean, my mom was like, can you go clean the toilet? I hated cleaning. Little do I know, now I have a cleaning business. Not saying I still love it, but it pays the bills and it gets the job done. So, back to what I was saying earlier, it's one of those things where, like Denzel said, no one plans to fail, but people fail to plan. And you always want to have a plan B. Denzel says he don't have a plan B, right? But I'm not Denzel. I am trying to become an actor, so hopefully I can meet Denzel someday, right? But my plan B when I didn't go to the NBA was to start a business. That was my plan B. I didn't make it to the NBA, so I started a business, and now here I am. And he says, don't have a plan B, or if you plan to fall, don't fall back on plan B, fall forward so you can see what you're falling. So, or see what you're hitting. And I truly believe in that too. So guys, once again, I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of update on my personal life and some details of me in general, and talk a little bit about the 2023 Corvette Z06 as well. So that being said, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, give me a thanks if you like, and I got some more personal information coming towards your way. See you later.
Is your seatbelt fastened? All right. Let's go.